And welcome back, guys. It's your Frogman here, King Pepe II, bringing you some more Brown Dust 2 news. I know that I'm late and I didn't do this well, when we got the notice. But I've been busy with a lot of things, but I know, it's no excuse, right? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about the lovely and very voluptuous Wilhelmina and what she's capable of. I mentioned her, like, back with the when they did the live stream and everything. But let's go touch it up. Let's go touch upon that topic. I cannot speak. I know. I do apologize in advance for my stuttering and my inability to talk proper English. Okay, guys. So the maintenance is happening, well, tonight, in fact, because it is the 9th today that I'm doing this. So we're gonna take a look at it. New season event, guys. Innocent full moon. We have Sonia, I believe her name is, right? Yeah, Sonia. So this is the event that it takes place, however, with Rue and Ember. Has nothing to do with any other characters but her, with Sonia. Um, Now, if I remember correctly, there was like some other notes saying that this story ties in the whereabouts. This does tie into Darian's whereabouts. So I believe that was it, if I remember correctly, too, what it said. But let's go take a look at her. So this is her, and this is the art that they did reveal during the live stream as well when they had it. Not the one they had not the one they just had in April Fools. It was the one before that, um, back last month. Okay, so we go to the story. Sonia is a child who ran away from home to escape her parents' abuse, but before long, she is captured by Coicutus, and subjected to cruel training and experiments. Days filled with pain and despair. Even so, Sonia meets Rue, her very first friend, and begins to hold on to hope that she might escape Coicutus's clutches. However, the apostle candidate training and the Adeline experiments keep dragging Sonia deeper into irreversible darkness, and soon a mysterious voice begins to echo in her mind. And I do remember the art behind that too, which I'm sure they'll show. If not, I'll explain it, what it was, so you can get a vivid description about the art. Okay, so let's see here. This just tells you where it is. Replenishment of AP. Okay, so nothing too, out there. Okay, so Fiend Hunter Guide is the giant fiend Gridlin. So water is where it's at, because guess what? We're going to touch upon whose debut is coming here. A new character, even. But yeah, so Sonia, look forward to it. Because I'm interested to see a little bit more about how the experiments went with, like, Rue, Ember, and now even Sonia, who's a new character. Now, they did say that she is not going to be playable as of yet. She's going to be an NPC, but let's be honest, guys. In the future, they are going to have her as a playable character. It's going to happen. So we're just going to have to wait and see when that does happen. But she is going to be. It's going to happen, guys. It's just going to happen. Okay. So let's scroll down. So we have the new Fiend Hunter boss for us. Hope everybody did well on their last one. That boss actually got just destroyed by Mikaela. Oh my goodness. I tell ya. It's the highest I've ever gotten in a Fiend Hunter was against that boss. Okay, so here we have, let's see, event currency shop, event currencies, so it's just going over that. Let's see, ba, 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 ba. Season event bonus costumes, so here we go. We'll just get right into it, because this is just a little self-explanatory about, the shop and updates on it and everything in the event shop, powder of hope shop, all that, which we'll get into a little bit later in this video. Okay, so we are going to be having the Iron Monarch Wilhelmina and Admiral Sylvia, codename as Shada, and White Cat Rue. Now, Wilhelmina I gotta say. So if anybody out there does not have Hikage, or they were around during the collaboration for it but never rolled for her, fear not, because um Wilhelmina, or Helmina as I call her, she is going to be basically the equivalent of Hikage. You can say it's very similar with the chain damage stack. So have no fear with that. She'll help a ton in Last Night. Believe me, she's gonna help a ton. Okay. She is going to be a physical damage dealer. Okay, so I'll start with saying, like, if you have Libertas, well, actually, if you have both Libertas, Onsen, and her Dark Saintess, you should be very well off. Especially then if you have Lathel's Homunculus on top of that for support, you should be golden. Okay? Okay, so let's see here, guys. So silhouette mode. This is actually something that was discussed in these notes, and I was like, whoa. So before I get into, the entire team buildups and all that with Helmina here, I wanted to go over first this feature. So silhouette mode is basically, it's going, if you want to censor a lot of like the explicit illustrations, as they put it, basically anything spicy you see, you can now do it in the settings menu. So what it does is this. So a silhouette mode feature will be added to censor explicit illustrations. When silhouette mode is activated, all illustrations in the game will appear blacked out and all cutscenes will be disabled. However, small icon images such as companion inventory portraits and banner images won't be affected by silhouette mode. You can enable silhouette mode by navigating to home menu, top right, etc. tab, setting, graphics tab. So basically it's in the settings menu, guys, in the top right hand corner of the home screen. And it can also be enabled from the settings tab on the left side of the login title screen. So silhouette mode can be toggled on and off easily. So they made it a little bit easier. And yes, I know somebody outside just happens to be mowing their lawn and ruining the audio to this video. I know. People be mowing their lawn just because it's all nice outside and stuff, Just because it's all nice outside, they just gotta mow their lawn. Okay, so I do apologize about that in advance. I didn't have another time of the day to do this video, so I wanted to get it done now. I'm sorry again. I do apologize for that. Hopefully my voice can be heard over, the sound of motors out there. But yeah, so the silhouette mode will make it, I guess, a little bit easier. So in case, I don't know, you out in public or something and you don't want nobody to see what you're doing and you have this on your phone, yes, you can now enable, you can censor your game. And then, when you get home, you can just, goon out. So to say, I don't know. I'm trying to be funny there with that. But anyway, but yeah, basically that's the new mode that they're going to be having. Obviously, I'm not going to be putting this on because I appreciate the art for what it is. You know what I mean? I appreciate the art for what it is and what the illustrators do. And honestly, I do love fan service, and I think it's okay to have it. I think it's fine, in fact. So I don't mind it at all. But if you're somebody that wants to play a game but doesn't want to see a lot of it, then you can use this mode. So up to you guys. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. So they also have a hotkey for this too to quickly toggle silhouette mode. So Control plus or whatever that symbol is there. So a hotkey. There you go. They even added a hotkey for you. So you can just go and magic, right? But like I said, I'm not going to be using this. You won't ever see me use silhouette mode. That's not happening. Okay, so let's see here. Last Night's Score expansion. It'll be expanded from 300 million to 3.5 billion. Jeez. I'm not even sure what to say. Like, what the hell? So we got the achievement list here. So I guess depending on how much damage you do, you get the achievements. Obviously, achievements help you with getting achievement level tiers at the home screen. Helps you a ton, by the way. It gives you a lot of diamonds in return because as the levels go up, the amount of rewards of diamond for actually just in general everything diamond goes up. It's incredible how they did that. And I said, like, in my opinion, I think they should add now more tier levels because once you get to level 50, it just stops there. I figure that maybe them adding maybe another 50 levels would help. Now they don't have to increase the diamond count, so you, you know what I mean. They don't have to go crazy with it, but I feel like they could still add maybe some more levels to it, because there's a lot of achievements in this game. Okay, so let's see titles for the achieve. What does that say? 1 billion damage in last night. You get the title. The final stronghold. You achieve 2 billion in last night. The shield of hope, and achieving 3 billion in damage in last night is the immortal guardian. So these are basically the titles that you can equip on your menu if you get these. Kind of like how they have like the Advent of God title and the Golden Hands title, things like that. These are what they are. Okay, so let's see here. In all honesty, I think this is actually doable compared to how if you were going for, let's say, the title of the Advent of God one, because that one is just legit PvP. You would be battling for that one. It's a very tough title to get. In fact, it really is. Along with the other ones that are like below it, they're very difficult. You have to maintain um, first place in Last Night, Tower of Salvation, and PvP Mirror Wars in all of those at the same time to get that title. Yeah, that's why I said this is actually something that you can do. It's achievable. It's actually, something you can do. It'll just take time though, but it is doable. Okay then. So let's see, what else are we looking at here? Auto revival improvements. Let's see. Honestly, I never had an issue with this, but I guess there was an issue with it. The setting will now remain enabled even in those situations for, let's see, to address the inconvenience where the auto revival setting was being disabled in certain scenarios, running out of ability pills at all battle characters dying or all characters with revival ability skills dying. The setting will now remain enabled even in those situations. So, wait a minute. You can revive your characters even if they're down then? Like all of them? Really? Am I reading that correctly? I don't know if I am. I mean, if your characters are down, I mean, that's kind of how it is, right? I don't know, but I guess we'll see, right? I don't really know. I mean, that's how I'm taking that as by reading this. Okay, improved object collection convenience. It'll be easier. It'll be improved for easier tracking for items. So basically, this is an achievement that you can go for if you really want to. I always go for it. You go around and they're like these, like whenever you go up to an item, it highlights itself, and you click on it, you get like some sort of little reward for it. And there's an achievement for finding them all on the maps. Um, Sometimes you have to use like Lathel's ability to find hidden collectibles on the map, which those ones they shine green. It's a green outline on them for uh for the hidden objects. I didn't find that tough to do at all. It's just something you do a once over with everything. You can even do it during if you're doing what's it called, story mode, you can do it in too. So it doesn't take up a lot of time. Plus, it does give you achievement points. So I would recommend doing it. But that's just me. Okay, so if there are no remaining items, the icon won't be displayed. So when you tap the mini map and toggle view on field on at the bottom, icons for available collectibles will be shown along with remaining quantities at the bottom of the field mini map. So actually, this is nice because it's like this will actually whoops. This will actually be able to tell you if you collected it all or not. Where it says this, tapping. Like, if there are no remaining items, the icon won't be displayed. So that'll tell you right then and there that you collected everything, which I think is nice. Because sometimes you can go back to the map and you're like, did I collect everything? Then you just, you spend more time than, going back, retracing your steps. So this is a nice feature. I do appreciate that. Okay, content, shop improvements. The Mirror Wars shop and Evil Castle shop will now be easier to access via the shop tab at the bottom of the home menu. Okay. So they just make it a little easier in case you don't want to go to the actual cartridge itself. Okay, then. See, other notices, NPC character resource memory optimization. They'll be progressed. The download size for this update will be larger than usual due to this. So it is recommended to download it over a Wi-Fi connection, okay? Okay, so they'd like to address concerns regarding the possibility of missing out on rewards after reaching level 30 in Gloopy Diner, as players can no longer obtain Gloopy Stars beyond this point. Please note that Gloopy Stars are intended exclusively for leveling up the Gloopy Diner, and there are currently no plans to expand beyond level 30 in the near future. Even if an expansion beyond level 31 does occur in the future, it won't use the current Gloopy Stars, but instead, why do I keep right-clicking my mouse? But instead, involve a different currency or leveling method. So please feel free to level up to 30 without worry. See, I'm not there yet. I'm like, I think I'm actually at 29 now. In fact, missing out on rewards though. What does that even mean then? How are you missing out on rewards if you level up to 30? Because technically, wouldn't you still be able to collect like the gold and the other rewards you get? Right? I mean, I don't see a reason for that to be something that's stopped at level 30. You know what I mean? Because like whenever you collect, you actually get like gold, and I believe I think it's like you get some other resource material along with it. It's for the refinement. It's not refining crystal. It's the other one, where you change it to like the different tier levels. Okay, so let's go on to Helmina here. So here she is, guys. This is the lovely and very voluptuous Helmina. This is her character design, which we did see. So I'm gonna talk about her. Oh my goodness, she's so beautiful. Okay, we're gonna talk about her, guys. So here we go, guys. Here we go. These are the stats that are officially out. So she is somebody that attacks at the very front. So she doesn't vault over. She's not a vault type. Okay. So Hikage is the same way. She's not a vault type. So yeah, this is what I was saying in the beginning of the video. So if you never went for Hikage during the Senran Kagura collaboration that they had last year, this is your opportunity now to actually go for her. And basically be able to do like a very high chain damage attack. Now, from what I saw, she did actually do a 12 chain attack. So basically it was the same as Hikage's. Except Hamina is a water element or a water property type. Okay, so +0, let's see. Attack the enemy 12 times, so yes, there she is. Dealing physical damage equal to 60% of your attack per hit. So very, very high, depending on how well you build her. SP cost is 5. Cooldown is 3 turns, but, rule of thumb, when it comes to any type of, like, 5-star in Brown Dust 2, you always want to get at least 1 copy to reduce SP count. That's how I see it. That's why I say a rule of thumb. So a +1, obviously we do see the SP does drop. Okay. And then at +2, we do see the percentage though. The physical damage, it increases. Okay. Increases by 7%. At 3, it increases again to 74%. So that is a 7% increase right there. And then when we get to +4, cooldown time actually turns to 1 turn. So much like Hikage. And that's why I say like these chain damage dealers are like really strong. Okay. But you have to +4 her in order to do this. Okay, guys. So keep that in mind. Remember that. And then obviously at +5, we do see an increase 81% for the physical damage equal to per attack. Okay, guys. So let's see here. Let's discuss this. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Skill potential damage dealt. So it increases by an extra 14%. So altogether, then, that would be what? 95% of your attack per hit. Physical damage is equal to 95% of your attack per hit. Damn, that's almost 100% right there. You might as well just made it 100%. You know what I'm saying? They should have just did that then. Okay, and then it further reduces. Really? No way. Oh my gosh. You know what I thought that meant? I thought that meant turn. I'm sorry. I do apologize. I was like, turn at cooldown time. 0 turns. It reduces SP cost by 1. So, yes. Yeah, so then, altogether, if you increase her skill tree and you +5 her, she'll be able to use 3 SP. Cooldown turn is 1. 95% of physical damage of yours. Wait. 95% of your attack per hit with physical damage. So, all in all, very, very strong. Okay? You don't technically have to really, I would say, what, worry much about the SP count since it is 3 if you do decide to do the skill tree and level it up. So all in all, she actually does not use a lot of SP. Plus, her cooldown turn is literally 1 turn. Now, like I said, you have to +4 her to get to that. But that's totally up to you guys what you want to do with that. I know, however, for the Fiend Hunter, since it is a fire type, obviously she's a water type. If you haven't seen her in Story Pack 16 or used her as a trial run there, she does do a lot of damage. But let's see here. So yeah, that's really all I could say about her, in fact, and I'll discuss team builds. This is her signature gear, which is her sword. That's it right there. It's called the Floor Stinger. Okay, it's a nice name to it. Crit damage. Ooh, exclusive ability. Crit damage is 90%. That's a lot. It's actually a ton of crit damage. And then fixed attack. Fixed attack? No way. She's not a. Wait, no. She doesn't do fixed damage, does she? Oh, what? Wait a second. It doesn't say anything about fixed damage. Maybe it's just the weapon itself is saying that it ignores, defense and magic resistance, then that means. But then again, she also has crit damage. That's very weird. I don't really know how to take that. I don't know how to take that, guys. Because usually when it comes to fixed damage in this game, you don't have to worry about critical damage because all of it's relying on flat stats for attack. So I really don't know how to take this one. Well, it does say attack percentage with 50%, but it says fixed in parentheses next to it. Interesting. Well, we'll see. We'll see then. I got to see like the entire build in itself when I see it, literally when the maintenance happens tonight. Like after the maintenance, I should say. Okay, so here we go, guys. Now we have the lovely Admiral Sylvia, one of the voluptuous twins of Story Pack 5. So Rubia and Sylvia here. Well, this is Sylvia. She's the Admiral. Beautiful design, by the way. I love it a ton. I actually don't have her yet, sadly. But let's see. So she also attacks at the very front. This is her range. So instead of being 1, she can attack a little bit more of enemies at one time. Okay, so she applies an energy guard to herself equal to 400% of your attack. So got to build that up in substats. This effect wears off after being hit 3 times. Attack the enemy 5 times, dealing physical damage equal to 45% of your attack per hit. Okay, then. So, +0, +1, +1, the physical damage equal to increases by... Oh, excuse me. It increases by, what? 22%? Yeah. Oh, wow. Really? 22%. That's quite a high jump there. Okay, then. 22% then. Okay, +2. Apply an energy guard to yourself equal to 550% of your attack. So it goes up by 150%. The amount of times of being hit increases by 1, so 4 times instead of 3. SP drops at +3, however. So I'm not sure if you like to go for the +3, because in this case, I think +3 in her would be the sweet spot then in that case. Because everything else increases, so in all honesty, I mean, if you go all out for her, obviously she'll do, she'll do an adequate amount of damage. At +5, being hit 5 times, so it goes up by 5. So all together it goes up by 2 points, so to say. +4, you see that her physical damage equal to increases to 85%. So it's another jump. And then the energy guard is 700% of your attack. So skill potential here, if you upgrade her skill tree, cooldown reduced by 4 turns. Oh yeah, that cooldown time is really up there. So that's like 9 turns. 9 turns? Jesus. Why? Like, why? Well, at least with the skill, you can reduce that to 5, I guess. You could reduce that to 5. Energy guard hit count goes up by another 2 points? Really? So, like, altogether, I guess if you go all out for her, you can get 7 times then. But being at +3, in my opinion, I still say it's the sweet spot because if you do level up the skill tree 4 and she's at +3, you can get 6 times. So in all honesty, +3 would be the sweet spot for her. Damage increases by 15%. So yeah, I would say +3 in her would be a nice spot. I'm kind of surprised though that +1 or even +2 doesn't reduce the SP count. +3 does. Yeah, I would say +3 in her then. But that's totally up to you guys if you want to do that. Okay? Totally up to you. This is her signature gear. It's called Prelim. Or how do you pronounce it? Primulin? If I'm pronouncing that correctly. So exclusive ability, attack is 45%. Normal stat, oh, it's fixed damage instead. However, it's a flat stat this time. So 37. And then here we have the other reruns that are going to be happening. So we are going to be having the reruns of Codename Shada. She is going to be reappearing again. And as of right now, current ones going on still is Codename Elise. And then the Queen of Signatures, Mikaela, who I would say, honestly, go for her. She is very strong still. She's still very meta in the game. Like, you don't know how much damage like she's capable of doing. She is very strong. But their banners, they're currently going on still. They end, though, on April 16th. So, well, for Queen of Signatures, hers does. Today is the last day, though, however, for Archbishop Mikaela and Codename Elise. So if you haven't gotten them already, I would go for it now, okay, because maintenance does happen tonight. Mikaela, in my opinion, I felt added a great damage buffer to her other costumes. That's why, fighting this Fiend Hunter boss this time around for me was super easy to do. Plus, I had other buffers on the field. So yeah, all in all, it was very simple to do for me. But that's totally up to you guys what you want to do or who you want to go for. Codename Elise, I know that they buffed her back up in the 1.5 anniversary. So this is your last shot at her. Plus, if you don't get her now and you just still want to just have a copy of her still, they are going to be in the Powder of Hope shop, so you can get them there if you want to. But totally up to you guys what you want to do with that. So yeah, that's the gist of it. That's what's going to be going down. We got their exclusive gear pickup schedules the same days as all of them appearing. Okay. So Powder of Hope shop schedule. Blood Glutton Yusti is going to be appearing in it. Acting Archbishop Mikaela and Codename Elise, and then Lonely Survivor Lathel, which is kind of random. But he's going to be in there. Lathel's going to be in there. But yeah, so let's see here. Mirror War shop costume. So we are going to be having the Deal Snatcher Luvencia. Luvencia is actually really nice. So I am very happy that she's going to be in the shop. I'm probably going to get an extra copy of her in the shop there. Very nice chain damage stacker as well. So basically, like having Wilhelmina, or Helmina as I call her, and then Luvencia, you can get some serious chain damage along with like Rafithia, as support, and then Liberta as support as well with her own sin and her Dark Saintess if you have it unlocked. So yeah, very incredible, I gotta say. Golden Thread Shut costume. So the lovely Grunhilder's Idol one is going to be expiring today, so they are replacing it now with Red Riding Hood Rue. I don't know too much about her because I don't have her unlocked, but I hear that, I do see her used quite a lot, though, in PvP. But as for team lineup with Helmina, I would say Liberta, of course. Okay, Onsen and Dark Saintess, Liberta. So right off the bat, you're starting off well. Rafithia. So Rafithia's wedding one obviously is the best way to go with that. I would also go with Lathel still to get that extra attack percentage increase too with support. I'd still do it. I still have him on the field. And then doing this all on top of my head, guys, off the moment. And then I would do, let's see. So we got Liberta, we got Rafithia, we have Lathel. And I guess anybody else that can stack chain up. So like Luvencia, Hikage if you have her too. Sylvia, Admiral Sylvia too. And then at the very end you would attack last with Helmina. That is my recommended team to go with. Okay, because I could definitely see them doing quite a lot of damage together, in fact. So there you go. There's the lineup, guys. There's the lineup. My recommendations. Totally up to you what you want to do with it. But I myself am just gonna get a copy of her. Thing is, I have Ikage. That's the entire reason. I'm gonna show you her her animation skill, guys. Is very spicy. I'm gonna show you guys it. But yes, I'm just gonna get her for the skill cutscene. Okay, I'm not ashamed of saying that. I know you all thinking the same thing. But before we get into it, to end it, issues fixed. Let's see here. Oh yeah, there were some things I noticed with this. In fact, actually, so I'm not sure if anybody noticed this, but when I went to go do the mini game for Pandora's Escape, I noticed that the menu music actually was playing during the soundtrack that was in the mini game, and it was quite something. I was like, dude, I can't get into like the immersion. I was having a lot of trouble with it. But yeah, so it even said it here, right here, right here. So I was correct about this. An issue where the pack BGMs would play simultaneously when entering the Pandora Escape minigame will be fixed. So I'm very happy that they are fixing that. Brown does 2 devs. They always tackle this stuff. So I don't worry too much about them not getting to it because they always fix things when they need to be fixed. Um, an issue where the message after placing first in the Apostle Random Defense minigame was displayed in Korean will be fixed. Typos in Story Pack 16 will be corrected. An issue where SD character effects appeared broken at Enhancement +3 and +4 will be fixed. The symbol monster in Story Pack 16 will no longer appear above the magic circle. I honestly didn't even notice that. Like, I really didn't. I wanted to see what they were talking about. I'll probably log in right after this just to see. And also do all my dailies before the maintenance as well. Let me see what else. An issue where the guild name position would shift during Mirror Wars matchmaking will be fixed. See, there are a lot of things that I didn't really notice here and there, but there are things I did notice. However, I did because they like stood out to me. Oh yeah. So Elise's cutscene as well with the texting. I'm not sure if anybody else experienced this, but a lot of the times like when you reply to her and she would reply back, it was like kind of a how should I word it? Because they even mentioned it too in the notes here. It was like it'll be fixed, by the way, but it just like stopped, and then you would have to exit and then go into the conversation again for it to continue. Yeah, it was kind of like a little bit glitchy with that, but it's gonna be fixed. Even says it as well. But that's about it, guys. That's really about it. So if you want to go for a high chain damage dealer and you don't have Ikage, I would look into getting Helmina here. I would definitely look into getting her. If you want to invest in her, I'd say, honestly, I'd say +4 would be it if you're going to invest in her, because you do get the cooldown time to 1 turn. And then the skill trees, you can just level that up and reduce the SP cost even further to like 3. But yeah, honestly, +4 for her for investing. If you don't want to invest in her but you still want her, I'd say just get her. See if you can get lucky with the free draws, or I don't know, spend I guess 20, 30 tickets, see if you get lucky. Up to you guys what you want to do with that. And let's see what else. I was gonna say something else right now. Just had a big brain fart moment. But that's what I would say, okay? I'm just gonna oh yeah. What I wanted to say was I'm not sure if they're gonna be adding her into the where you could recruit her, with the scrolls. But as of now, there was no talk of it in these maintenance notes because I did not see anything regarding that. So I think right now it's just going to be, and I'm pretty sure she's going to be added in the future though, like where you can recruit her in the bar or the inn, wherever she's at. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. So in case people don't want to invest in her and they want to save for like Morphia, because remember guys, Apostle Morphia was introduced in the live stream. So if you want to save up for her, I would skip then, and it's totally up to you guys though. However, I'm not gonna go and invest in her, despite how yes, I do love her character design very, very much, and the skill cutscene too, which I'm about to show you guys, is a very top tier. Okay, devs never fail to deliver. But yes, I am gonna skip her. However, I'll try and get her with the free draws each day, and I'll plus one her in the when she's eventually available in the for recruitment. Okay. But with that being said, guys, let's go take a look at the YouTube video first. So, guys, be prepared for this. It is very, very spicy. I'm not going to lie about it. Okay? So, let me get it set for you guys. It's actually right here. So, let's see. So, this is it. I know, right off the bat, right? I know. Well, let's just get it done, right? This is wild, man. Oh, what's that slow motion? Wait a second. Okay. I guess we're gonna have to scrap that idea. Okay, you get a general idea of it. I don't know why this is moving in like slow motion. Maybe, Helmina wanted this to be a thing. I don't know. It's like having a panic attack on me. Okay, guys, it's not gonna work out. I don't know what's going on. That's very interesting. Anyway, guys, that's basically the highlight of the of the entire skill cutscene. Okay, that's the highlight of it all. And this is her, the beautiful Wilhelmina, the Queen of Byron. So with that being said, guys, good luck on your pulls, and I hope this helped you in any way with it as well. And in deciding if you want to go for her or not, I'm not sure if the skill cutscene sold you guys, but we'll see. We'll see, guys. I'll catch you all in the next Brown 2 video. You all take care, and until then, guys.